Mario does a lot of jumping. So I decided to give him a break and beat Mario Odyssey without jumping. The rules. Well, obviously you can't jump, but that includes stuff like long jumps, backwards long jumps, triple jumps, and return ground pound thingies. Yeah, something like that. But dives are allowed and wall jumps because wall jumps are technically considered wall bouncers in the game for some reason. But hey, I'm not complaining. Jumping in captures is also allowed because, you know, you're not actually Mario. It's technically still jumpless. But probably the most annoying limitation in this run is the fact that talking to NPCs counts as a jump, which makes absolutely no sense because, like, you don't even jump. Luckily, if you go into first person and then talk to them, it's fine. Cap Kingdom. I mean, the game starts off like the game does. Bowser whoops Mario's ass and he gets sent to Cap. And when we get Cappy, we get our only source of like a jump, kind of, because if you hold Cappy out and just walk onto him, you bounce off him. Absolute cinema. So the frog room is easy as you're in a capture the whole time. You're in the frog, you can jump whenever you want. So it's pretty much just a cakewalk all the way to Topper. And bro, the Topper fight, I spent an embarrassing amount of time not being able to time my jumps onto his big fat head. Like, he's the fattest thing around, man. Like, it should be easy to hit him. I am truly ashamed of myself. But eventually got through it and we took the wire all the way to Cascade Kingdom. Now, this kingdom was easier than Peppa Pig the game because of Dino Skip. And if you don't know what Dino Skip is, well, here you go. Bum, barum, bum. Sand Kingdom. So in Sand, there is a slight problem being the 2D section, as you kind of have to jump in a Mario 2D section. But if you have ever done Mario Odyssey any percent like me, you know that there are enough moons just like around the place that you don't even need to go into the 2D section whatsoever. So that's that. But sadly, I let myself slip and press the B once. Well, like actually like 4 or 5 times, I think, maybe more while I'm playing. Oh my god. Apparently it's a good game. Oh my god, I jumped. Oh my god, I jumped again. What is wrong with me? Oh, and I also forgot to mention that you can save at the start of each kingdom, but I also forgot to do that and I had to restart the run a couple times. But honestly, I didn't really care much at all for all those resets and stuff because it's just like whatever, I guess, you know. But the one time I did actually care was when I forgot to talk to the goddamn Sphinx in first person. I don't know why. Oh, that was a jump. That was my bad. After that whole fiasco, I went to Lake Kingdom. Lake is honestly whatever. Like, it's just pretty much any percent. Grab the ground pound moon, get some cool fishy moons, and fight Rango, the one and only jumping Catman. Wooded Kingdom. We have come to the woods where we shall go hunting. Well, not actually hunting, we go jumping. Yes, but not as Mario, obviously, but in this.
Oh, no!
Yeah. So Wooded is just like so easy to cheese just because you can just be in an uproot the whole time, which is really funny, and it's just super easy. The kingdom is just like literally a piece of lemon drizzle. I don't know. So I just run around collecting all the nut moons. Nuts are cool. Cloud Kingdom. Okay, time for the Bowser fight. So in the Bowser fight, there are 2 times you are supposed to jump. When he spins his tail and the rings of fire when he jumps. So I had to do the fast strat to not let him jump, which, you know, you just kind of just take the hat and then you kind of just get as close to him as possible so he doesn't jump. And for the one tail whip you can just move. So it was alright, honestly. But the last Bowser fight in Moon Kingdom is starting to worry me at this point because there's a lot more intended, dare I say it, jumps. Lost Kingdom. This is probably the most interesting kingdom because of a certain bird named Klepto that has a long history of appearing in the Mario franchise. And in Odyssey, he takes my only friend Cappy. Nah, I'm just kidding. I actually hate this guy. But without him, I can't do cap jumps and stuff. So, we are only kind of stuck with a roll, and that's not going to get us anywhere. So we do meme tree, a speedrun trick that lets us go off this tree to that little area with the purple coins, and this makes it so that it doesn't trigger the klepto, and you can also go around and actually kill klepto like you would normally. For more klepto content, please visit his personal page on the Super Mario Wiki. At this point, the game doesn't really throw anything new at us until lunchtime. Luncheon Kingdom. This is a great kingdom. Big birds, pink hot stuff, and corn. This jump makes me feel like a boss. The turnip moon was actually annoying without jumping, and it took me a while to figure it out. And obviously the fork room is the goat. But remember, forks are the most important creatures on this planet. Ruined Kingdom. So I guess Mario is just inspired by From Software. Cool. Now, I thought this boss would be easy, a piece of pancake, I thought. But I never noticed the weird ass face structure this guy has, and it literally just took me years to get the swords out in each phase until I figured out you can do this. I felt like an absolute pole. From there, it's time for Japanese Bowser. Bowser Kingdom. I mean, there is nothing really to say for the whole kingdom, except I guess the Mecha Brutal fight, which I was like, I'ma just do it the intended way with the Poku, because I am bad, and I don't want to do some weird ass jumpless strats that are probably way too hard for me. Moon Kingdom. Moon Cave Skip. As the name suggests, it skips the Moon Cave, and I didn't really know if this is even possible on a jumpless run, because normally to do the skip you have to do like the ground pound return thingy, so I didn't really know how it's gonna work, so I did this. But it wasn't working out until Games Jam in my stream sent me a video for this moon skip. It's honestly crazy how easy it is, and it just let me progress into the game. So next, the Bowser fight. There is a bunch more of tail whips in this than the Cloud Kingdom fight, and what's even worse is when he does one of the tail whips, he lets out a ring of fire, and he also gives out a flamethrower in between phases. So from what I've seen, the only way to dodge these rings of fire is when you roll, you do like a little hop, and the timing is very precise. And man, I was having so much trouble with this boss. I just bought health so I can have six health, and that was literally enough to get Bowser's ass just defeated. Then we become Bowser and we end the run. My first jumpless run has been complete, but there is still one question. Was it really jumpless? And to figure this out, we have to go to Toadette in Mushroom Kingdom, where she tells us how many times we jumped. So well, was this sacrifice worth it? All my time spent playing this game to do this jumpless run, the resets I had to do, was it really all worth it? No. So apparently I jumped 17 times. Where did this all come from? Well, I know for one that when you jump at the final escape from the ground, it counts as a jump, and to not make it count as one, you need to make it you need to go into 2-player, which I did not. And also, remember how I said about talking to NPCs counts as jumping? Well, I may have forgotten about that, but I was like, oh well, whatever, I'll just do it again. And that is what I did. And this time I timed it all. I tried to go fast and made sure not to jump, I think. So now again, for the second time, was it all worth it? 2 jumps. So I tried, I got 2 jumps in 2 hours and 52 minutes and 19 seconds. Honestly, I'm proud of that. I don't really care that I didn't get 0 jumps, and 2 jumps isn't that bad. When I did the second run, I decided if it's 3 or less, I'll be happy, and honestly, I am. So yeah, thanks for watching.